The school hallway buzzed with laughter, sneakers squeaking across the polished floor as groups of students clustered near their lockers. But all that chatter dimmed the moment the White twins walked past. Jason and Julia White, identical in their piercing blue eyes and calm expressions, were used to the stares. They weren't like the others. They didn't chase popularity, didn't join cliques, didn't even respond when whispered rumors floated around them. For months, their quietness had painted a target on their backs. Bullies smelled silence like wolves smell blood. And tonight, the wolves were circling. It began with Marcus, the self-proclaimed king of the sophomore class. Broad-shouldered, always flanked by his gang, and never missing a chance to humiliate someone smaller. He slammed his locker shut with a metallic clang, eyes narrowing as the twins passed. "Hey, look at them," he sneered, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "Our favorite nude statues. You two ever gonna speak, or you just here to decorate the hall?" His buddies snickered. Jason didn't flinch. Julia's eyes shifted, not to Marcus, but past him as if she were already calculating exits, distances, escape routes. That look only annoyed Marcus more. "Ignoring me again? Cute." He stepped forward, blocking their path. His boys spread out behind him, forming a wall of muscle and grins. Students nearby froze. Everyone knew this setup. A cornering. A spectacle. "Where you rushing off to, huh? You think you're better than us?" Marcus taunted, jabbing Jason's chest with a finger. Jason's hand twitched, not from fear, but from restraint. Inside his mind, his father's voice echoed, "Control, son. Always control first. Violence is last." Julia exhaled quietly, her body still. Her father's voice echoed in her memory too, words spoken in the dimly lit dojo that had been their childhood training ground. "Never show your strength unless you must. But if danger leaves you no choice, finish it fast." The circle of bullies tightened. Students around them leaned in, some pulling out their phones, eager for entertainment. The twins were trapped. At least, that's what the bullies thought. "Come on," Marcus said, his smirk stretching wider. "You've been walking around like you're too good for this school. Let's see what happens when you're not hiding behind your silence." He shoved Jason hard against the lockers. A metallic bang echoed down the hall. Some kids gasped. Julia's jaw tightened. Jason steadied himself, eyes flashing. He didn't move yet. He gave them a chance. A final one. "Step aside," he said softly, the first words anyone had heard from him in weeks. His voice was calm, controlled. Almost dangerous. Marcus laughed. "Oh, he speaks. What you gonna do, white boy? You gonna..." Marcus never finished. In the blink of an eye, Jason's hand shot out, seizing Marcus's wrist. A sharp twist, a precise motion, and Marcus's smirk collapsed into a scream as his body buckled. His knees hit the ground, his wrist trapped in Jason's iron grip. Gasps exploded from the crowd. One of the bullies lunged at Julia, thinking she'd be easier prey. But Julia moved like water, a sidestep, a pivot, and her elbow cracked into his ribs with surgical precision. He collapsed, air wheezing from his lungs. The hallway erupted. The twins, once silent shadows, now moved with terrifying grace. Every strike was clean, efficient, trained. No wasted motion. One boy grabbed Julia's hair from behind, she dropped low, rolled, and his arm snapped back at a sickening angle. Another charged Jason with a punch. Jason caught it mid-swing, twisted, and the boy's shoulder dislocated with a sharp pop. Phone shook as students tried to record, but many couldn't even keep up with the speed. The twins weren't fighting like normal kids. They were dismantling opponents like seasoned warriors. Years of training, hidden behind silence, unleashed in seconds. Marcus scrambled backward, clutching his wrist. His cocky confidence shattered, his voice trembling. What the hell are you?" Jason's icy gaze locked on him. "We're not victims." His words cut through the chaos. Julia stood beside him, calm even as bullies writhed on the floor. Her voice was soft, but carried power. Next time you corner someone weaker, remember this moment. The crowd was dead silent. No laughter. No mocking. Just shock. The bullies who had ruled the hallways now lay broken and gasping, while the twins stood tall, unshaken. And just like that, the legend of the White Twins was born. But this was only the beginning. The video of the hallway fight went viral before the last school bus even left the lot. Grainy footage showed Jason and Julia dismantling Marcus's crew like seasoned fighters. By evening, every student had seen it. Some cheered. Some whispered in fear. But Marcus seethed with humiliation. In his room, wrist wrapped in bandages, he replayed the video over and over, fury burning his face red. His crew sat around him, licking their wounds, nursing bruises, but his pride was the most wounded of all. They made us look weak, Marcus spat, slamming his laptop shut. In front of the whole school. No one humiliates me and gets away with it. We're not done. Next time, they'll beg. His boys exchanged uneasy looks. They'd felt the power of the twins firsthand. But Marcus's ego was louder than their fear. Plans formed. Meanwhile, at the White household, Jason and Julia sat cross-legged on the wooden floor of their living room. Across from them, their father, a former Special Forces veteran, stern but calm, studied them silently. "I saw the videos," he finally said. His voice was gravel, steady, carrying the weight of a soldier who had seen too much. "You broke the code." Jason lowered his eyes. "They left us no choice." Their father nodded slowly. "I taught you to defend, not to flaunt. But sometimes, defense becomes message. And maybe the message was needed." He leaned forward, gaze sharp. "But know this, they will come back. Bullies never stop after humiliation. They come harder. Are you ready?" The twins exchanged a glance. Together, they nodded. Days passed. The whispers at school grew. Some students approached the twins with respect, others with fear. But Marcus wasn't healing in silence. He was plotting. On a Thursday evening, as the twins walked home along the empty streets, a van screeched around the corner. Its doors burst open, and Marcus and his gang poured out baseball bats, chains, makeshift weapons in their hands. Jason and Julia froze, bags dropping to the ground. Marcus grinned, his wrist in a brace but his hatred burning. No phones. No teachers. No crowd. Just us. "Let's see how tough you are now." The gang spread, forming a circle. The air crackled with tension. Jason's voice was calm, low. "Last chance. Walk away." Marcus sneered. "No, white boy. This is where it ends." He charged first, swinging a bat. Jason sidestepped, grabbed the weapon mid-swing, and wrenched it free. With a sharp strike, he shattered the bat against the pavement, splinters flying. Julia faced two attackers at once. One swung a chain, she ducked, twisted the chain around his arm, and yanked until he dropped screaming. The other lunged with a knife, but Julia caught his wrist, twisted, and sent the blade clattering before driving her knee into his stomach. The fight erupted. Metal clanged. Shouts filled the night. But the twins were Storm's untouchable, unstoppable. Years of discipline flowed through their veins. Every strike broke bones. Every counter left opponents writhing on the ground. Finally, Marcus stood alone, panting, weaponless, his crew broken around him. Jason approached, steady, calm. Marcus stumbled back, fear in his eyes. Please," he stammered. I didn't." Jason's hand shot out, gripping Marcus by the collar, pulling him close. His voice was ice. "This ends now. No more prey. No more victims. Not here. Not ever." Jason released him. Marcus crumpled to the ground, trembling. Julia's voice was soft, but final. "If you want to be strong, stop breaking others. Build yourself instead." The gang lay scattered, groaning. The twins picked up their bags, their steps